With this question, prepare yourself for a cognitive challenge that promises to engage your intellect more than a challenging crossword puzzle. It's a mental marathon, and your brain is a star athlete here. You're presented with 4 circles. 3 circles has numbers. The numbers are 125, 49, 146, and then comes the missing number that you need to calculate. Let me point your attention to one factor that may or may not be important. The circles are connected with the lines. I will let you decide on the importance of this factor yourself. After you determine the calculation strategy, you need to select your final answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 56. Choice B, 64. Choice C, 81. And last but not least, choice D, 92. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. Make sure to give yourself enough time, as the answer may not be obvious. Are you ready? Let's move forward and dive into the details of this cognitive puzzle together. Since we all think differently, afterward, feel free to share your solution in comment section as well, so we can all learn. Typically, when we see the number, we think of the number as a whole, but not in this particular question. In this question, the pattern is very unique. You need to use the digits in the left circle to create a subtraction expression. Calculated value of this expression is squared to calculate the value on the right. Let's look at the examples. For example, in the first row, we see numbers 125 on the left and number 49 on the right. But instead of treating 125 as a single whole number, we need to create an expression, 12 minus 5, which would be equal to 7, and 7 squared equals 49, which is exactly the number on the right. The tip here for you is when you see similar questions on a real test, consider breaking down numbers into smaller digits and doing mental math calculations with these digits. To calculate the missing value, let's look at the numbers 146 on the left and number 64 on the right. From 146, let's build an expression. 14 minus 6 equals 8, and 8 squared equals 64. So the correct answer here is choice B, 64. Here's an amazing question where you need to demonstrate critical thinking and ability to navigate with the map. Firefighters have arrived at a condo subdivision where a teenage girl is stuck in the bedroom on the 2nd floor of a condo. There is a fire in the living room, and the entrance to the condo is blocked by fire as well. How can they save the trapped girl in the quickest way based on the map provided? Take a close look at provided map and select 1 out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, climb through the living room window. Choice B, climb through the kitchen and proceed through the closet. Choice C, climb through the bedroom window. And last but not least, enter the condo through the patio doors and navigate to the bedroom. Take a close look, maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the right answer. Are you ready to save the teenage girl? Because I am moving forward to share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. Let's first look at the 4 important considerations on how to select the right route. The first consideration requires us to take immediate actions. Given an urgency of the situation, it's essential to act quickly and decisively to ensure the safety of the trapped girl. Number 2 is we need to find the route. Since the entrance to the condo is blocked by fire, firefighters should consider alternative routes to reach the trapped individual. Number 3, we need to provide safe access and escape routes. Using a ladder to access the 2nd floor bedroom from the outside provides a safe and direct route to reach the trapped girl. And last, 4th consideration, we need to do map assessment. The provided map should be carefully examined to determine the best approach for positioning the ladder to save trapped girl. Let's take a close look at the map and assess the situation. We have a teenage girl trapped inside the bedroom. Firefighters are located outside of the condo on the ground level. Based on the description, we have a fire in the living room and fire blocking the entrance. Through the map, we can also learn that kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and living room have windows, and patio has a patio door, which we can use as entrances into the condo. Let's first look at the incorrect choices to better understand why they're incorrect. Choice A, climb through the living room window. It's a bad route because living room is on fire and we wouldn't be able to enter into the bedroom through the living room. Choice B, climb through the kitchen and proceed through closet. As you can see, we can enter the kitchen through the window because there is a window in the kitchen. Then there is a path from kitchen through closet into the bedroom. But we have to break through the walls and this wouldn't be the fastest path. Choice D, enter the condo through the patio doors and navigate to the bedroom also requires us to go through the living room, which is on fire. Which leads us to correct choice, choice C, climb through the bedroom windows. As you can see, this is the fastest way to enter the bedroom without hitting the fire on the way. Did you get to the same answer? If not, please make sure to post your answer, solution, and rationale in comments. Hold on to your thinking cap, because we are about to embark on a cognitive roller coaster that's more perplexing than trying to assemble IKEA furniture. You're presented with the series of unusually looking shapes. Shapes consist of triangles and circles, and they also have numbers on the inside. The numbers in the first shape are 3, 2, and 11. The numbers in the second shape are 2, 3, and 12. And the numbers in the third shape are 2 and 4. And then the third number is missing. You need to calculate the missing number and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 15. Choice B, 17. Choice C, 19. And last but not least, choice D, 21. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. Let me give you a little bit of confidence. As we navigate through this mathematical maze, don't worry. I think I've got the map, but if my map is wrong, I'm pretty sure you will help me with the solution. With that in mind, let's move forward and I'll share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better or more efficient way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. If you are a subscriber or might be considering to be a subscriber, you're probably well aware that the best way to calculate these values is to determine the pattern. And then the pattern in this case is that the rightmost value is calculated as a left value raised in the power of middle value, and then value of 3 is added to the result. For example, let's look at the first shape. The shape has values 2, 3, and 11. 2 in the power of 3 plus 3 equals 8 plus 3 and equals 11. Let's look at the second example. 3 in the power of 2 plus 3 equals 9 plus 3 and equals 12. The most important tip to solve these types of challenges is remembering calculated exponents for basic numbers, which is crucial to recognizing these types of patterns. For example, 2 in the power of 2 equals 4, 2 in the power of 3 equals 8, 2 in the power of 4 equals 16, 3 in the power of 2 equals 9, and etc. This helps us calculate the missing value, where 4 in the power of 2 plus 3 equals 16 plus 3 and equals 19. So the correct answer here is choice C, 19. It's time to grab your favorite thinking snack, preferably not too crunchy though, as we're trying to focus here, because we're about to tackle a question that is challenging as resting to urge to eat the cookies. You're presented with 5 squares, and 6 square is missing. Obviously, there's a pattern here, and once you determine the pattern, you need to select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. I think I'm ready to share with you my answer. But remember, as we embark on this intellectual adventure, remember sharing answers is caring. But I'll totally understand if you want to keep your genius strategy as a secret and not share it in comments. To better understand the answer, let's add 3 columns. Columns 1, 2, and 3. What you probably already know by now is that the picture in the third column, column 3, is a result of the combination of merging the first 2 columns, columns 1 and 2. There are 2 merging rules applied here. Let's start with the small square in the first row in the upper left corner. The small square is darker color. In the second column, the small square is also dark, so when we merge dark color and dark color, we end up with the white color. And the second merging rule is that if colors for the locations are different, it becomes a darker color. To answer the question, knowing these rules, all you need to do is switch to the row 2 and determine the combination for the column 3. So the correct answer here is choice C, which is a result of the combining small squares in second row for columns 1 and 2. Prepare to tackle this tricky question, designed not just to test your mental math abilities, but also to improve your critical thinking skills. You're presented with the circle, which is broken down into 8 equal parts. Each part has a number, and the numbers are 14, 28, 42, 56, 41, 82, 24, and then comes the missing number. You need to determine the missing number and select it out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 21, choice B, 57, choice C, 65, and last but not least, choice D, 96. Tricky question, don't you think so? But believe it or not, there is a logic in these numbers. At least this is what I found. And since I did find my answer, I'm thrilled to compare it with your solution. Let's continue so we can examine your strategies step by step. And if your brilliant approach is better or more efficient, don't hesitate to let us know in comments. Remember I told you that this question is tricky. Let's look in details why the answer is not obvious. Let's look at the numbers 14, 28, 42, and 56. As you can see, they all increase by 14. 14 plus 14 equals 28. 28 plus 14 equals 42. And 42 plus 14 equals 56. But then this pattern breaks, and you see numbers 41, 82, and 24. Unfortunately, this pattern is misleading, and it's there to confuse you. In this case, the random numbers could have been used as well. So what is the right solution? Take a look at the circle in the middle. If you draw the line from the number through the middle of the circle, the numbers on the opposite side of the circle are reflections of the numbers on the other side. Let's take a close look. For example, 14 becomes 41, 28 becomes 82, 42 becomes 24, and 56 then becomes 65. So the correct answer here is choice C, 65. And now it's a game time. I've got a brain teaser that will make you ponder the mysteries of the universe. Well, at least the mysteries of this tricky question. You need to calculate the end result of the very interesting expression. 5 minus 2 multiplied by 4 plus 7 equals... You need to select your answer out of 4 choices. Choice A, 3. Choice B, 4. Choice C, 5. And last but not least, choice D, 6. Somehow, I have full confidence that you can do it. Solve it on your own, and then let's unravel the solution together in the comment section. When you post your answer in comments, I'm going to be ready to be your cognitive guide through this mental maze. I enjoy solving pattern questions because they're so easy to understand, but sometimes not so easy to solve. We're presented with the sequence of numbers, and we need to find the missing number, which is the next in the sequence. The numbers are 25, 20, 16, 13, 11, and then comes the missing number. You need to calculate the missing number out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Choice A is 8, choice B is 10, choice C is 7, and choice D is 9. Take a close look to see if you can do the calculations and come up with the solution for the missing number. Looks confusing, isn't it? But believe me, there's a hope at the end of the tunnel. And I am moving forward to share with you my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. Here we have a concept of decrement. And the pattern is that the next number is calculated as previous number minus decrement. And decrement increases by 1 with each number in the sequence. Let's take a close look. Our first number in the sequence is 25. And our first initial decrement is minus 5. 25 minus 5 equals 20, and this is how we come to the second number. Then we decrease decrement by 1, and the decrement becomes -4. 20 minus 4 equals 16. 16 minus 3 equals 13. 13 minus 2 equals 11. And 11 minus 1 equals 10. So the correct answer here is choice B, 10. Was your answer different? Please make sure to post your answer and solution in comments then, so we can all learn. Here's a question to determine how would you prioritize and make decisions in emergency situation. You work as a firefighter and you receive an urgent call about a residential fire. As you race to the scene, you see that the flames have covered not just the initial building, but have also spread to adjacent one, putting even more lives at risk. What should be your top priority and immediate action? And you're presented with 4 possible choices. Choice A. Prioritize evacuating all occupants from both buildings before addressing the fires. Choice B. Request immediate backup and additional resources to handle the dual fire situation. Choice C. Focus on extinguishing the fire in the initial building to prevent its further spread. And last but not least, choice D. Carefully attempt to control both fires simultaneously, utilizing your advanced equipment and training. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. On my end, I know how I am going to prioritize an answer, and obviously if you have a better way to do it, please make sure to post in comments. I think safety becomes highest priority during the emergency situation. Here's the list of priorities firefighters should do. Number 1 on the list of priorities should be ensuring safety of the residents. Evacuating all occupants from both buildings, which is option A, is a crucial initial step to ensure that lives are protected. Number 2 on the list of priorities should be resource management. Requesting immediate backup, which is option B, is essential because dealing with 2 simultaneous fires is a challenging task. Risk assessment and risk management fall into number 3 on the priority list for the firefighter. Firefighters trained to assess the situation carefully. Attempting to control both fires simultaneously, which are presented by option D, without adequate resources can lead to increased risk for both firefighters and the occupants of both buildings. I think preventing further spread of the fire should be number 4 on the priority list. While focusing on the initial building, option C may seem logical, modern firefighting techniques emphasize preventing the further spread of the fire to protect adjacent structures and save more lives. This often requires additional resources. I believe in situations like this, safety of human lives take precedence. I think the correct course of action is to prioritize the evacuation of all occupants from both buildings to ensure their safety. So the correct answer here is choice A. Evacuate all occupants from both buildings before tackling the fire. Do you agree with my rationale and selection? If not, please make sure to post your answer and solution in comments so we can all learn. Let's dive into amazing cognitive assessment test question that not only enhances your analytical abilities, but also imparts valuable problem-solving skills you can apply in real-life scenarios. You're presented with the pattern, and you need to determine the missing number. The numbers you see are 1, 3, 7, 15, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 29. Choice B, 31. Choice C, 33. And last but not least, choice D, 35. Take a close look, maybe pause this video, giving yourself enough time to come up with the solution. Are you ready? I think I got my answer. And with the answer in hand, let's unravel our problem-solving techniques together. I also have a tip for you on how to solve these types of challenges, and I invite you to share your brilliant ideas in comments if you have any thoughts on how to solve this better. If you are a subscriber to this channel, you probably wouldn't be surprised to hear that to solve these types of challenges, you need to understand the pattern. Let's look at the pattern in this particular question. Here, next number is calculated as multiplying the previous number by 2 and adding 1. Let's look at some specific examples to better understand what's happening. Our first number is 1, which is given. The next number is calculated as 1 multiplied by 2 plus 1, which equals 3. Next number is calculated as 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1, which equals 6 plus 1, which equals 7. The following number is calculated as 7 multiplied by 2 plus 1, which equals 14 plus 1, which equals 15. So the missing number would be calculated as 15 multiplied by 2, which would be equal to 30, plus 1, which would be equal to 31. So the correct answer here is choice B, 31. And here's the tip for you on how to solve these types of challenges better. Make sure to Google arithmetic and geometric sequences and familiarize yourself with the most common ones to better be able to predict the missing items in the pattern. And now, let's put your knowledge to test with this amazing question I have for you. Take a moment to work through this independently, and don't forget to share your answer in comments below. I'll be here to provide the feedback. You're presented with the partial shape, which you need to use to build a square. And you need to build a square by selecting the missing piece out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. I have full confidence in your problem-solving abilities, and I totally encourage you to tackle this question independently. Afterwards, don't forget to share the answer in the comment section of this video. I'm looking forward to providing you with the feedback. Thanks for taking part in this, and best of luck. Here's an amazing question to test your navigational skills, as you need to determine the most efficient path on the subway. You're presented with the map. On the map, you see multiple stops, and you need to determine the most efficient way to get from station R3 to station P9. And you need to do it based on the fewest numbers of stops. Once you've completed your analysis, you need to select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, start at R3, go to NB6, go to GRE5, go to P9. Choice B, start at R3, go to R5, then go to LB4, and then go to P9. Choice C, start at R3, go to G1, then go to G6, then to P9. And last but not least, choice D, start at R3, go to O1, then go to O4, and then go to P9. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. If you need more time, feel free to pause this video to see if you can come up with the right solution. On my end, I think I know how I am going to answer, so I'm moving forward to share with you my version of the solution. And obviously, if you disagree or have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. Since we're presented with the map of subway, let's better understand what subway is, as it is going to be helpful to answer this question. The subway system in a large city is typically an extensive network of interconnected railway lines, primarily located underground. This system typically has multiple lines, each designed by unique color, name, or number, making it easy for people to navigate. Now let's take a close look at the map to see how we can better understand it. Each line on the map is represented by unique color and letter. Stations are numbered based on their position along the lines, starting from the beginning of the line and progressing to its end. For the most lines, the numbering begins from the northmost station, but for some, it starts at the westmost station. We also are presented with the compass, which points north, but we can determine west, east, and south directions based on the direction of the north. What's interesting here is that if you look close enough, you can determine that names of the stations match the colors of the lines. For example, NB stands for navy blue, PR stands for purple, LB stands for light blue, R for red, G for green, BL for black, P for pink, and GRE for gray. I think now we have a very good understanding of the map and we are ready to answer the question. To answer it, we need to navigate from starting point of the choice to the end point of the choice based on a predetermined path. As we move from start point to an end point, we need to determine number of stations we go through, and then select the choice which will be represented by the least number of stations. Let's start with the choice A. We start at the point of R3 and then go to NB6, so there are 2 stations in between. Then we go to GRE5, which is gray 5, which is also the same station as P8. And between NB6 and P8, or GRE5, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stations. And then the last point is P9, which means, if we calculate it closely, that between R3 and P9 there are 8 stations. Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to get from R3 to P9 using the path of choice A, you need to go through 8 stations. Let's look at the choice B. Here we're going through a little bit different path. Let's count how many stations we have to go through. And we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stations. Now let's look at the choice C. Here we have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stations. And last choice, choice D, we have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stations. Based on our calculations, the correct answer is choice B, because it requires the least number of stations to get from the starting point to the end point. Did you get to the same answer? If not, please make sure to post your solution and rationale in comments so we can all learn. Here's an interesting cognitive abilities test question to see how well you can deal with abstract concepts. You're presented with 3 expressions. In each expression, there are shapes and numbers. The first expression is triangle plus triangle equals 6. The second expression is circle plus circle plus circle equals 12. And the third expression is where you have triangle plus circle and you need to calculate the end result of this calculation. Once calculated, you need to select the answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 5. Choice B, 7. Choice C, 9. And last but not least, choice D, 11. Take a close look to see if you can complete the calculations. Are you ready? Let me share with you my version of the answer here, and obviously if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. I mentioned abstract reasoning concepts because you need to associate each shape with the number. For example, in the first expression, we have one triangle plus second triangle equals 6. Both triangles are the same, which means that the one triangle's number can be calculated and associated with number 3. We can do similar math with the circles. 3 circles equal 12, which means that one circle would be equal to 4. So triangle equals 3, circle equals to 4, and triangle plus circle would be equal to 7. So the correct answer here is choice B, 7. Did you get to the same answer? If not, please make sure to post your answer and rationale in comments. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and to pass any test. If the content of this video was helpful, please make sure to click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we will deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description and comments of this video. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials related to this topic. I really appreciate your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become a member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.